You've delayed long enough. Archangel Michael has been waiting at the edge of your spirit. This is his final attempt. 2 minutes left before the portal closes. This message is not casual. It is not entertainment. It is not coincidence that you are hearing these words at this very moment. This is a divine interruption, a piercing cry into the silence of your hesitation. The heavens bend low in urgency, and the sound you hear now is not man's voice. It is the echo of eternity reaching for you. For the portal is not forever open, and time is no longer on your side. 2 minutes remain before the unseen gate closes. Archangel Michael has stood at the very edge of your spirit, stationed like a guardian at the threshold of your destiny. He has waited, patient but firm, watching the weight of your delay, the fear that has chained your decisions, the procrastination that has silenced your obedience. He has been a sentinel, holding space, giving you chance after chance to align yourself with the call that has been stirring in your soul. Yet now, the final attempt is being released. Heaven is giving its last call for this moment, this window, this divine appointment. This message is not for everyone. It is for the one who has felt the tug of heaven but resisted it. It is for the one who has dreamed of breakthrough but feared the cost. It is for the one who has prayed for clarity but trembled when clarity appeared. If you are listening and your heart burns, know this. The delay was noticed, the hesitation was recorded, and now the heavens issue their decree. Step forward or be left standing outside. Silence is demanded. Stillness is demanded. Obedience is demanded. No more distractions. No more excuses. You have felt restless because the Spirit has been shaking you away. You have felt pressure because the heavens refuse to let you drift back into slumber. This is mystery clothed in urgency. 2 minutes remain before the unseen portal closes, and eternity waits to see if you will finally step into the call written over your life. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now activated. He has waited. He has stood at your threshold like a mighty flame, wings stretched wide, sword in hand, holding back the shadows that sought to drown your spirit. Archangel Michael has been stationed at the very edge of your life, watching you wrestle between surrender and hesitation. His patience has been great, but his message is clear. Time is nearly up. By the time the sun shifts, by the time the heavens draw their next breath, your decision will echo into eternity. You feel restless, not because life has grown heavy without reason, but because heaven has been knocking louder than your excuses. That unease within you, that pressure on your chest, that constant stirring in your nights, it has not been random. It has been the sound of wings rustling outside the gate of your spirit, the sound of heaven's army standing ready, waiting for you to decide. The clock has been ticking, and Michael's voice rises with thunder. Delay no more, for the portal begins to close. This word is not for every ear. It is not a broadcast to the crowd. It is a whisper for the chosen. For many will scroll past, unmoved, untouched, but if your heart leaps even now, you know you have been marked. You have been the one who could not rest, the one who could not silence the dreams that burned, the one who has been chased by repeated signs, numbers, visions, and confirmations. The unease you feel has been heaven's seal, marking you as one who cannot remain in delay. You have been torn, haven't you? Torn between obedience and fear, torn between stepping forward and clinging to what feels safe. Yet Michael speaks. This is my final attempt. One more hesitation, and the moment seals without you. Understand this truth. The portal does not wait for indecision. Heaven's gates open at appointed times, and when the trumpet of decision sounds, only those ready to step through will carry the blessing. Think of the weight of this moment. Think of the eternal ripple of your choice. Every hesitation strengthens the chains that hold you back, and every delay weakens the fire of destiny waiting within you. The heavens have invested too much in you to remain silent now. That is why this stirring grows louder. That is why your spirit shakes. That is why you feel as though everything is converging on this single moment. Because it is. You are standing at the edge of eternal consequence. You are standing before a threshold that will never appear in this form again. The angel has waited. The Spirit has warned. The time has come. Hear this clearly. The heavens are no longer requesting. They are commanding. Silence your fears. Break your delay. Obey the tug that burns in your chest. This is heaven's last invitation before the portal shuts and your destiny slips into the hands of another vessel willing to say yes. Do not mistake this for mere words. This is the roar of Michael. This is the thunder of divine urgency. This is the call that separates those who only dreamed from those who truly walked into promise. 2 minutes remain. 2 heartbeats. 2 breaths. An eternity waits to record your choice. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now released upon you. There are whispers around you that you have not always heard with your ears, but you have felt them in your spirit. Quiet glances, silent resistance, hidden conversations. Others may sense that something about you is shifting, yet they cannot grasp the full measure of what is stirring. You may have wondered why eyes seem to follow you, why gossip seems to circle your name, why certain people grew uneasy without clear reason. It is because the unseen realm has marked you, and those around you can feel it even when they do not understand it. Do not be deceived. Betrayals often begin in silence. There are those who have seen the spark of your rising and secretly sought to dim it. They cannot name it, but they know heaven is aligning something in you, and it unsettles them. Some watch, some wait, some whisper. And you, child of destiny, feel the weight of confusion. Why now? Why me? Why does my spirit feel the pull of something greater, yet my mind trembles with hesitation? It is because you are caught between 2 realms, the call of obedience and the grip of fear. And here stands Michael, the Archangel of War, stationed at your spirit's edge. You must ask yourself, why has he waited so long at your threshold? Why has he remained unshaken, watching, guarding, pressing? It is because your delay has been more than hesitation. It has been warfare. You thought your silence was inaction, but even your stillness was a battleground. Every moment you stalled, heaven warred for your decision, and hell fought to keep you paralyzed. This explains the unrest you've carried. This explains the nights you could not sleep, the days you felt disconnected, the moments you sensed the weight of invisible pressure. These were not coincidences. They were signals. They were divine alarms, reminders that your spirit knows more than your mind can yet understand. Deep down, you already knew the waiting was not ordinary. It was heavenly strategy, divine patience, and holy pressure converging all at once. But hear this, Michael did not wait to frighten you. He waited to confront you with truth. He waited because mercy held the door open longer than judgment required. He waited because heaven was determined that you would not miss this final invitation. Yet even mercy has a limit, and even patience bows before the timing of God. The 2 minutes are not symbolic. They are spiritual reality. The portal is thinning, and the choice will soon be sealed. You must understand the depth of what is unfolding. Your hesitation has not gone unnoticed. The heavens have been watching. The angels have been stationed. The Spirit has been calling. And now you stand at the center of a holy disruption, where your excuses no longer suffice, and your fears no longer hold weight. This is not merely about you stepping into purpose. It is about heaven demanding obedience to a plan larger than your imagination. The betrayal you sensed, the whispers you overheard, the eyes you felt upon you, all of it was proof that you were being prepared. Opposition does not rise against those who carry nothing. It rises against those who carry much. Michael's presence at the edge of your spirit was not passive. It was protective. It was urgent. It was heaven declaring, "This one is marked. This one must rise." So why does your heart race even now? Because truth pierces deeper than denial. Because your soul recognizes this moment as sacred. Because in the stillness, you know the time for mystery is ending, and the time for movement is upon you. The delay cannot continue. The whispers cannot stop what heaven has already decreed. You must step forward, for the portal narrows, and destiny waits on no one. Type "I am protected" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1444 is now surrounding you. And as this word pierces your spirit, let me remind you, when you support this mission, you are not just helping a channel. You are fueling heaven's assignment to awaken souls before the portals of opportunity close. Every seed you sow becomes a flame, igniting light in places where darkness has lingered too long. Scripture declares, "He that soweth bountifully shall also reap bountifully." And today, that promise is alive over your giving. I feel led to speak this. When you give, you join hands with Archangel Michael's army, ensuring this word reaches the one who is minutes away from breakthrough. I invite you now, if this word has spoken to your very soul, step into action by sending a super thanks, joining the membership, or sowing through PayPal, which you'll find linked in the description. Your gift becomes a prophetic act, your generosity a declaration that you are aligned with heaven's mission. Blessings will chase you, favor will surround you, and your giving will speak in heaven's courts. Move now, for even in giving, the window is open. You have thought of your hesitation as weakness, as indecision, as the natural wrestling of the human heart. But heaven declares otherwise. Your hesitation is not neutral. Your delay is not harmless. Your delay has been warfare. For every moment you remained silent when God called you to act, the enemy tightened chains around your destiny. Every time you postponed obedience, darkness whispered, "Not yet, not now, maybe later." And in those whispers, your freedom was contested. Understand this. Delay is bondage. Hesitation is a prison. Indecision is a weapon forged against your destiny. And yet, the very fact that you are wrestling proves the magnitude of your calling. For if you were not chosen, if you were not marked, if you were not set apart for something greater, there would be no battle. Hell does not war against the empty, it wars against those who carry divine fire. You have been targeted because you are chosen. You have felt the resistance because you are marked. You have been shaken because you are called to rise. Heaven has stationed Archangel Michael not for the casual, not for the ordinary, but for the appointed vessel of destiny that you are. The presence of Michael at your spirit's edge is heaven's proof that your life is not random. Your calling is not shallow. Your path is not ordinary. This war is evidence. This pressure is proof. Think of this. In the courts of heaven, every decision is measured. Every delay is weighed. The eyes of eternity are watching to see if you will rise when called or shrink back when pressed. The opposition you feel is not only external, it is spiritual resistance to your alignment. But hear this truth: heaven never demands without providing. If you were being crushed, Michael would not stand guard. If you were being destroyed, the Spirit would not still whisper. You are being tested because you are able. You are being pressed because you are strong enough to answer. Even now, as your heart races, you must realize that the battle has always been larger than your excuses. This hesitation was never about convenience. It has been a battle for your very destiny. The enemy tried to convince you that waiting was safe, but in reality, waiting was chains tightening around your future. The Spirit tried to stir you with unease, because heaven knew what was at stake. Every restless night, every burning sign, every sudden interruption was Michael's sword pressing at your spirit, urging you to break free. And now, the framing is clear. Your hesitation is no longer an option. Heaven has revealed the truth. You are at war. Delay is defeat. Silence is surrender. But obedience, O child of destiny, obedience is victory. One yes breaks the chains. One decision ends the delay. One step forward shatters the prison. You must not think lightly of this battle, for your yes today is the very roar that causes hell to tremble. Do not mistake the watchfulness of heaven for passivity. You have been observed, not ignored. You have been weighed, not abandoned. Your every response has been recorded in the courts above. And now the choice is being demanded of you. Will you continue to let fear masquerade as safety, or will you step into the fire of obedience that leads to freedom? The conflict is spiritual, and you are the center of it. The resistance you face is the evidence of your calling. The warfare you endure is the sign of your worth. And the patience of Michael at your threshold has been mercy extended to you. But mercy is not eternal when the portal is closing. You are being measured in this very moment. And heaven waits to see if you will rise into the calling that the enemy tried so hard to suppress. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1717 is now surrounding you. Hear me now, for these words are not wrapped in comfort, but in fire. The portal is closing. The window is narrowing. The mercy you have tasted is reaching its final moment, and the heavens are shifting into action. You cannot say you were not warned. You cannot say you did not feel the press of time. For the Spirit has whispered, the angel has waited, the signs have circled again and again, and yet your feet still waver. But the heavens declare, if you delay beyond this window, the opportunity locks, and what you were meant to carry will be placed into another vessel willing to obey. You must understand the severity of this hour. Within hours, the portal closes. Within breaths, the decision is sealed. Destiny does not wait endlessly, and heaven does not beg repeatedly. There is an appointed time, and this is it. If you let it pass, the shift you longed for, the breakthrough you prayed for, the promise you carried, it will not vanish, but it will move into the hands of another. For heaven's plans do not fail, only vessels fail. And the heavens will not allow delay to cripple the move of God. Something is stirring in the unseen even now. You feel the weight pressing down, but you cannot see its full form. You sense the atmosphere tightening, but your eyes do not yet perceive. Forces have been summoned, assignments have been dispatched, and a confrontation in the spirit is drawing near. This is why you feel as though the air itself is heavy, as though every step feels watched, as though your very thoughts are under siege. It is because the heavens are aligning, the armies are gathering, and the final push is upon you. This pressure you feel is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to awaken you. For when the unseen stirs, when the invisible begins to move, it is always a sign that something eternal is being decided. And your hesitation, if continued, will cause you to stand on the wrong side of that decision. Michael has held back the forces that sought to consume you. He has shielded you, covered you, warred for you while you wrestled with your delay. But even his assignment has a limit, for he is not stationed at your spirit's edge indefinitely. He is stationed until the portal seals, and then his hand withdraws. Do you feel it yet? The trembling in your chest, the urgency in your spirit, the fire that refuses to be ignored. That is not emotion. That is eternity echoing within you. That is the trumpet sound of heaven's final warning. The delay cannot be stretched further. The waiting cannot extend longer. For heaven does not negotiate with procrastination. Heaven decrees. Heaven declares. Heaven commands. If you continue to wait, you will miss what was meant to be yours. If you continue to delay, the moment will close around you, and what you were supposed to carry will be entrusted to another. And though you may survive, though life may continue, something eternal will be absent. A fire that was meant to burn through you will burn elsewhere. A destiny that was meant to bear your name will be sealed in another story. This is your hour of confrontation. The unseen has already begun to shift. The armies are already in position. The portal is already narrowing. You cannot linger anymore. Step forward, decide, obey, because once the gate shuts, no amount of tears, no amount of regret, no amount of prayer will reopen it. The heavens have spoken, and the time is now. Type "no more delay" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1818 is now activated. Hear the voice of heaven. Your protection does not come from noise, from argument, or from striving with human strength. The battle you face is not of flesh and blood, and the weapons of flesh cannot prevail against it. You are not called to fight with your tongue, to wrestle with people, or to defend yourself with explanations. The instruction is clear. The command is simple. Be still, be silent, be obedient. For in silence, heaven moves. In stillness, angels are released. In obedience, your armor is sealed. Archangel Michael whispers, do not mistake silence for weakness. Do not mistake stillness for passivity. Your quietness is your shield, your restraint is your weapon, and your obedience is the fire that causes heaven's armies to advance on your behalf. For the enemy thrives on your reaction, but he trembles when you refuse to be moved. Darkness feeds on your words, but it flees when your silence becomes worship. When you close your mouth and lift your heart in stillness, heaven roars louder than anything your enemies could ever say. You have felt the urge to defend yourself. You have felt the pressure to explain, to justify, to prove. But hear this truth. Every time you choose silence instead of defense, the scales of heaven tilt in your favor. Every time you remain still instead of panicking, the armies of God shift closer to your side. Every time you obey without delay, even when you do not understand, you create openings in the unseen where Michael strikes with his sword. You must trust that heaven's strategies are greater than man's strategies. Do not try to fight in the flesh what has always been a war in the spirit. When whispers rise against you, let them pass. When gossip circles, let it burn itself out. When monitoring eyes watch you, let them see nothing but your stillness. For stillness is not surrender. Stillness is the hidden strength of heaven. Silence is not defeat. Silence is the key that unlocks divine intervention. You may feel that quietness leaves you exposed, but in truth, it covers you. You may feel that saying nothing is risky, but in reality, it shields you. For while you hold your tongue, heaven fights. While you remain still, angels advance. While you obey, even without understanding, the court of heaven rules in your favor. Michael has not waited at your threshold to see you crushed. He has waited to see if you would learn the power of surrender. Listen closely. Obedience is your armor. Prayer is your weapon. Stillness is your strength. When you bow your head in silence, when you shut out the noise of fear and doubt, you create a fortress around your spirit that no enemy can penetrate. You must remember this. The enemy is loud because he is desperate. The opposition is noisy because it is losing ground. Do not let the roar of resistance shake your obedience, for the silence of heaven is mightier than the shouts of hell. Even now, Michael declares over you, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. You are not required to fight with your hands, for the battle is not yours. You are not required to defend yourself, for heaven already speaks your name. You are only required to be silent, to be still, and to obey. And when you do, you will see victory unfold in ways you never imagined. Child of destiny, you are not unprotected. You are not alone. You are not exposed. You are surrounded. You are shielded. You are guarded. Every time you choose silence, the hosts of heaven march forward. Every time you choose stillness, the light of God pushes back the darkness. Every time you choose obedience, the portal remains open for you to step through. Do not fear. Do not resist. Be still and watch heaven fight. Type "Heaven fights for me" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing Code 2020 is now surrounding you. Hear me now. You are not who you were when this waiting first began. The delays that seemed to paralyze you have not left you the same. Even in hesitation, heaven has been working. Even in your silence, something within you has been forming. You thought your pause was wasted time, but in truth, your pause became preparation. While you wrestled with doubt, your spirit grew stronger. While you wrestled with fear, unseen roots dug deeper into your soul. You are not the same vessel who first trembled at the edge of destiny. You are becoming something greater. Archangel Michael declares, delay does not define you, decision does. Every step you take now carries more weight than the steps you hesitated to make before. Every yes you give heaven now burns brighter than the years you spent uncertain. For in the crushing of your indecision, oil has been pressed from your life. In the wrestling of your fear, fire has been ignited. What you thought was weakness was, in fact, heaven forging resilience. What you thought was wasted time was actually heaven stretching your spirit for the weight of glory you were designed to carry. Do not see yourself as broken. Do not see yourself as late. Do not see yourself as less because of delay. for even the waiting has built a strength in you that no eye has seen. Heaven declares that you are rising, not timid, not hesitant, but bold, fierce, aflame. You are not a victim of procrastination. You are a vessel of transformation. And in this hour, you are crossing over from hesitation into holy empowerment. Think of wings. Think of flames. Think of eagles rising on winds that cannot be seen. That is who you are now. The world has not noticed, but heaven has seen it. While others whispered about your delay, heaven witnessed your growth. While others thought you were standing still, heaven saw that you were being reshaped in silence. And now, when you step forward, you will not step forward as the same person who once feared obedience. You will step forward as one transformed, one tested, one refined by fire. Hear this clearly. You are no longer bound by the fear that once crippled you. You are no longer defined by the hesitation that once marked you. Those chains have been broken. Those shackles have been shattered. The flame within you burns brighter now because it was tested in the dark. The wings upon you stretch wider now because they were strengthened in the waiting. And though you thought the pause was your weakness, heaven declares that the pause has been your power. Do you feel it rising in you? That courage that stirs, that boldness that shakes, that inner fire that refuses to be silenced. That is the sign you are being lifted. That is the evidence you are no longer who you were. Others may not recognize it yet, but heaven already sees it. Others may not understand your transformation, but heaven already celebrates it. You are no longer on the edge. You are stepping into the flame. You were marked in waiting, and now you are empowered for moving. You were tested in silence, and now you are anointed for speech. You were pressed in delay, and now you are chosen for destiny. Michael does not simply stand guard at your spirit's edge now. He rises with you, his sword drawn, his presence blazing, declaring that your wings will not fold again. You are rising higher, and nothing can pull you back down. Child of destiny, embrace this truth. You are not late, you are right on time. You are not broken, you are refined. You are not weak, you are empowered. You are not overlooked, you are chosen. The waiting has transformed you, and now you must rise with the fire of one who knows what it costs to stand at the edge. Heaven says you are ready. Step forward. Your empowerment is your breakthrough. Type "I am empowered" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2323 is now activated. The truth is this. Your delay was never a disqualification. Your hesitation was never proof of weakness. Your silence was never the end of your calling. The heavens have seen it all, and now the veil is lifted. What you thought was wasted time was preparation. What you thought was hesitation was stretching. What you thought was delay was the hidden work of readiness. The Lord, in His mercy, allowed Archangel Michael to wait at the edge of your spirit, not because you were unworthy, but because heaven was shaping you for the weight of what was to come. Hear this revelation. This entire battle has not been about delay, but about readiness. The waiting was heaven's patience forming strength in you. The pressure was heaven's fire refining your soul. The restlessness you carried was not punishment. It was the sound of destiny knocking, again and again, until you could no longer ignore it. What looked like failure was actually preparation. What looked like hesitation was the proof that heaven was teaching you endurance. Michael's long wait at your threshold was not in vain. He did not linger in disappointment. He lingered in mercy. He lingered in faith that you would see. He lingered because heaven knew the hour of readiness would arrive, and that hour is now. The waiting is complete. The forming is finished. The refining has done its work. This is no longer about delay. It is about unlocking. And you, child of destiny, stand at the very threshold of your unlocking. Do you see it now? The very gate you feared was the gate you prayed for. The very portal you resisted is the very portal you cried out for in your secret prayers. Heaven has not denied you. Heaven has prepared you. The timing you thought was delayed was, in truth, divine alignment. The waiting you resented was, in truth, the hand of God ensuring you would not enter unready. For if you had stepped through the gate too soon, the weight would have crushed you. But now you rise prepared, strengthened, sharpened, ready to carry the fullness of the mantle assigned to your life. Your name has already been spoken in the courts of heaven. Your calling has already been recorded in eternity's scrolls. The angels know who you are, the heavens know what you carry, and Michael has not guarded you for nothing. The truth is unveiled now. The delay was mercy, the waiting was love, the pressure was preparation, and the fire was proof that heaven was determined to see you walk into your destiny fully equipped. This is your prophetic revelation. You are not late, you are right on time. You are not behind, you are aligned. The years you thought were wasted will now accelerate. The moments you thought were lost will now be redeemed, and the gates you thought were locked will now swing wide before you. Heaven declares, this is your unlocking. This is your release. This is your child of destiny. Do not despise the process. For the waiting was never punishment. It was proof of heaven's great care for you. And now the time has come for readiness to become movement, for preparation to become manifestation, for waiting to become walking. The revelation is clear. You were never denied. You were always being prepared. Type "My time is now" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2424 is now released over your life. And as this revelation sinks into your spirit, I must tell you, when you support this mission, you are not just keeping words alive on a screen. You are planting seed into the soil of heaven, ensuring that more souls hear the same revelation that has just been unlocked for you. The word says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over," and that promise breathes over every act of generosity. I speak this boldly. When you give, you align yourself with the flow of divine readiness. You help open portals for others who stand at the same edge you once stood on. I invite you now, if this word has confirmed your spirit, release a super thanks, join as a channel member, or sow through PayPal in the description. Your giving is more than support. It is a prophetic declaration that you are not only stepping through your own portal, but helping countless others step through theirs. The heavens will honor it, and blessings will return to you in accelerated measure. The time has come. The heavens are no longer whispering, they are thundering. The angels are no longer waiting in silence, they are roaring with urgency. The Spirit is no longer nudging softly. It is shaking your very core. Destiny is not an idea. Destiny is not a dream. Destiny is a call that demands response, and heaven is demanding your yes in this very moment. Child of destiny, this is your activation. Archangel Michael has stood long enough at the edge of your spirit. His sword has been drawn, His wings have cast their shadow over your path, and his patience has been stretched like the bow of war. But now, the command is given. Decide. Declare. Align. For heaven is waiting on your voice. Heaven is waiting on your obedience. Heaven is waiting on the sound of your spirit rising with a roar that says, I will not delay any longer. I am ready. Do you feel it burning in your chest? That fire is not imagination. That trembling is not fear. That stirring is the sound of your name echoing in the courts of heaven. You were written into eternity long before you were born. You were marked before you even knew your own name. And now, that scroll is being unsealed, that decree is being released, and heaven is asking for your response. Will you say yes? Will you declare readiness? Will you rise without hesitation into the mantle assigned to your life? This is destiny activation. This is not theory. This is not a suggestion. This is the moment where eternity bends close and records your choice. Heaven has been waiting not for perfection, but for obedience. Not for eloquence, but for willingness. Not for flawless strength, but for the trembling yes of a heart ready to align with the will of God. Your yes carries weight. Your yes carries fire. Your yes unlocks doors that no man can shut. When you open your mouth and declare, I am ready, chains break, curses unravel, and angels move on your behalf. When you step forward without delay, the heavens respond with acceleration, with favor, with provision. Everything you thought you lacked will be released the moment you declare obedience. Everything you thought was withheld will pour out when you decide that hesitation ends here. Do not wait for another sign. You are the sign. Do not wait for another confirmation. This is the confirmation. Do not wait for another open door. The portal is open now, and the gate is closing soon. The command is urgent. Rise or be replaced. Move or be bypassed. Declare or be silenced. Heaven is generous, but it is not casual. Heaven is patient, but it is not endless. And in this moment, the portal is open only for those bold enough to say yes. Michael declares, speak aloud. Declare obedience. Do not keep silent. For silence in this hour is defeat. Silence in this hour is surrender. But declaration in this hour is victory. Your voice matters. Your words carry authority. What you say now shifts the very atmosphere of your life. Say it aloud. I am ready. I obey. I step forward. Let the words break out of you like thunder. Let the sound of your obedience become the key that unlocks every door. Child of destiny, hear me clearly. This is not a moment to think. This is a moment to declare. This is not a time to analyze. This is a time to activate. You have delayed long enough. You have hesitated long enough. You have waited long enough. The heavens are ready. The angels are ready. Michael is ready. And now, all that remains is your yes. Declare it boldly. Declare it loudly. Declare it without fear. For when you say yes, the heavens roar, the earth shakes, and your destiny is sealed with fire. This is your activation. This is your rising. This is your hour. Type ISAYYS in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2525 is now released upon your life. Listen closely, for there are things happening in the unseen that your eyes have not witnessed, yet your spirit has always felt. While you wept, heaven kept record. While you slept, Michael stood guard. While you hesitated, angels moved quietly in the shadows, arranging, exchanging, reclaiming what the enemy thought he had stolen. This is the mystery of the spirit realm. While you were paralyzed in delay, heaven was active in restoration. You wondered if the years were lost. You feared that opportunities had slipped beyond your reach. You worried that promises had expired. But heaven whispers, nothing has been lost, only repositioned. What was stolen has been accounted for. What was delayed has been preserved. What was hidden has been kept safe in the vaults of eternity, waiting for this moment of release. The angels have been in negotiation, trading back what was yours, reclaiming the inheritance written in your name before the foundation of the earth. Understand this, your restlessness was not emptiness. It was signal. Your sleepless nights were not torment without cause. They were evidence that the spirit realm was alive with activity on your behalf. When you tossed and turned, it was because the angels were moving. When you felt unsettled, it was because heaven was shifting. When you sensed pressure, it was because Michael was at war in the unseen, striking with his sword, recovering what was held in chains. Child of destiny, hear this prophetic truth. You have not missed it. Even in delay, you have not missed it. Even in hesitation, heaven's book still hold your name beside the promise. For while the enemy celebrated your silence, the angels were reclaiming your sound. While the enemy mocked your waiting, the angels were preparing your release. While the enemy whispered that you were too late, heaven was whispering that you were right on time. The exchange is holy, and it is silent. The enemy wanted your faith destroyed, but Michael preserved it. The enemy wanted your courage buried, but Michael shielded it. The enemy wanted your inheritance stolen, but Michael secured it. Every tear you cried, every sigh you released, every prayer you whispered in the quiet of night became evidence in heaven's courtroom. And now the verdict has been rendered. The things that were delayed, the things that were stolen, the things that seemed gone forever are being restored to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. You see, the silent exchange was never about keeping you waiting. It was about ensuring that nothing would be permanently lost. You thought the waiting meant absence. Heaven knew the waiting meant preservation. You thought your delay meant forfeiture. Heaven knew your delay meant refinement. And even now, as you hear these words, your spirit testifies that something is shifting. Something is being returned. Something is being unlocked that was once thought gone. Michael has not waited at the edge of your spirit for nothing. His presence was the guarantee that heaven was not done with you. His patience was proof that heaven was still in negotiation for your inheritance. His silence was not absence, it was activity beyond your sight. And now, the exchange has reached its fullness. The transaction is complete. The restoration is at hand. Child of destiny, lift your head. Do not mourn the time you thought you lost. Do not grieve the opportunities you thought had passed. For heaven says, it is not lost, it is restored. It is not gone, it is returned. It is not broken, it is made new. You are stepping into the season where what was stolen is repaid, what was delayed is accelerated, and what was hidden is revealed. This is the silent exchange of the spirit realm, and it has been working in your favor all along. Type I receive restoration in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3030 is now surrounding you. The scales of heaven are shifting. The hand of the Lord has reached into the balance, and what once seemed tilted against you is being leveled with divine precision. Justice is no longer delayed. Mercy has given way to judgment, and every plot, every scheme, every whisper of the enemy is folding back upon itself. What was intended to destroy you will be the very stone that crushes the adversary. What was meant to bind you will become the chain that traps those who conspired against you. For the heavens declare, the snare they set for you, they shall fall into themselves. Child of destiny, understand this. The season of reversal has already begun. You may not yet see it with your natural eyes, but the unseen has shifted, and the verdict is sealed. Those who mocked your delay will watch your acceleration. Those who spoke against your obedience will witness your elevation. Those who thought you were finished will be astonished when the hand of God lifts you higher than they imagined possible. The tables have turned. The scales have balanced. And divine reversal is now your portion. This is not imagination. This is judgment rendered in heaven's courts. Every false word spoken against you, every trap laid in your path, every plan to weaken your faith has been reviewed before the throne of God. And the decree has gone forth, touch not my anointed, and do my prophet no harm. The enemy overplayed his hand. The darkness pressed too hard. The accuser demanded too much. And now, the fire of heaven responds, not with delay, not with hesitation, but with swift reversal. Hear this clearly. What was delayed is now accelerated. What was denied is now approved. What was hidden is now revealed. The very obstacles that stood in your way are being flipped into stepping stones that carry you higher. The very resistance that sought to crush you has become the wind beneath your wings. The very betrayals that cut you the deepest are becoming testimonies of how heaven defends its chosen. Michael declares, justice is alive. Reversal is in motion. Restoration is your inheritance. And as he has waited at your spirit's edge, he has not only been guarding you, but gathering every record of wrongs committed against you. Heaven does not forget. Heaven does not overlook. Heaven does not ignore. Every hidden betrayal, every whispered word, every stolen opportunity has been entered into heaven's books, and the judge of eternity has ruled in your favor. The enemy has been found guilty, and the sentence is being carried out. Do not be surprised when doors open suddenly. Do not be surprised when opportunities chase you down. Do not be surprised when favor appears in unexpected places. This is not chance. This is reversal. This is not coincidence. This is justice. For heaven has decreed that the years the locust has eaten shall be restored, the wells that were stopped up shall flow again, and the crowns that were stripped shall be placed back upon your head. Child of destiny, the divine reversal is not coming. It has already begun. You will feel it in the acceleration of your steps. You will see it in the unfolding of unexpected blessings. You will know it when those who opposed you can no longer deny what God has done. For when heaven rules in your favor, no voice of opposition can overturn it. When heaven decrees your restoration, no power of darkness can delay it. The scales have tipped, the verdict is clear, and the reversal is unstoppable. Lift your head, chosen one. The battle has shifted. The war has turned. The story has changed. What was once against you is now for you. What was once delayed is now accelerated. What was once stolen is now returned. The heavens roar with justice, and you are the recipient of divine reversal. Type "Justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3131 is now activated. Hear this closing word. Archangel Michael's wait at the edge of your spirit was never aimless. His patience was mercy. His silence was grace. His presence was proof that heaven had not forgotten you. But now, the mercy has reached its appointed end, and the hour has arrived where you must move. Time is no longer stretching. Delay is no longer tolerated. The portal that has stood open before you is narrowing, and heaven demands your step through it. Child of destiny, hear me clearly. You are sealed, you are seen, you are sent. The hesitation that once bound you has no authority anymore. The fear that once crippled you is shattered. The doubts that whispered against you are silenced. You stand not as one who is still waiting. You stand as one who has been chosen, refined, prepared, and activated. Michael has stood guard, and now he extends his hand to pull you through the threshold. All of heaven leans close, and the declaration is released. Rise, for your time has come. This is not the end of the message. It is the beginning of your movement. The 2 minutes are nearly complete, and the gate is closing behind you. Do not look back. Do not hesitate again. The waiting season is over. The wandering is over. The weeping is over. Step forward with courage, for the portal is still open before you, and the fire of destiny burns on the other side. Receive this blessing now. Protection surrounds you, courage fills you, and clarity covers your path. The angelic hosts go before you. Michael walks beside you, and the Spirit of the Lord strengthens your every step. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into fulfillment. You are not stepping into fear. You are stepping into freedom. You are not stepping into confusion. You are stepping into clarity. Child of destiny, the heavens declare, no more delay. No more hesitation. No more fear. The portal is open. The moment is now. Walk through it. Rise into it. Claim it. For it belongs to you, and the heavens have sealed it in your name. Type "no more delay." I rise. In the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 4141 is now activated. And as you step through this portal, let me tell you, this mission doesn't end here. Every word spoken, every prophetic declaration released, is heaven's way of pulling souls through the gates of destiny before they close. When you give, whether through a super thanks, membership, or through PayPal in the description, you are not just giving, you are sowing into eternity. Your seed becomes a trumpet, calling another soul to rise. Your support becomes oil poured out, keeping the flame of God's word burning across the nations. I declare this: those who give in this moment will not only walk into their own breakthrough, but they will also reap the blessing of unlocking breakthrough for others. Do not delay. Sow, support, and watch as heaven honors your sacrifice. Your giving is prophetic, and heaven is recording it even now.